now the Biden admin, the State Department, is scuttling to get rid of the GEC because they know come the Trump term, it's going to be one of the first things to get turfed. It's previously been funded to the tune of $100 million, censoring American speech online. And they've decided, well, we're not going to renew that $100 million for the upcoming year.
They could go and buy a lifetime's worth of environmentally friendly Ventolin inhalers for that money.
Now, the history of the GEC is actually quite curious. It did start out as legit, as explained by Mike Benz. He's a former Trump State Department official on the Joe Rogan podcast. Originally, here is what the GEC started out as.
So this idea that ISIS was recruiting on Facebook and Twitter gave a license to the State Department to create this thing called the Global Engagement Center, which was really the first official censorship capacity in the U.S. government. It predated the DHS stuff that would come along in the Trump era. And this gave the State Department the direct back channel, the direct coordinating capacity with all the social media companies to tell them about ISIS accounts, ISIS narratives that were trending. Suddenly, the State Department is a real-time heat map of everyone who is likely to be or hits a certain confidence level of being suspected to support ISIS.
That was from 2014 to 2016. Very legit organization, you'd think, but many of these things start out that way. But in 2016, Rick Stengel, who put the thing together and was running it, had a massive change of heart. Here's Mike Benz again talking about what Rick decided once Trump came to office.
When Trump won the election in 2016, he became convinced that actually the First Amendment was a mistake. He actually openly advocated in the Washington Post in an op-ed that we effectively end the First Amendment, that we copycat Europe's laws. And then he wrote a whole book on it. This is the guy who started effectively the country's first censorship center. In 2016, the Global Engagement Center pivoted from being counterterrorism to counterpopulism. In 2016, they were afraid that social media, rising all of these right-wing populist parties to power, would effectively collapse the entire rules-based international order unless there was international censorship. And they talked about that quite openly in 2017 as they were creating this whole censorship infrastructure.
Now, conservative outlets, the Daily Wire, the Federalist, and the Texas State are currently suing the GEC. So it'll be interesting to know what happens with that now that they're kind of going under. It was revealed in early 2023 last year that they had, in fact, been depriving several of these outfits of money because they use these online platforms to post things, get subscribers. For the amount of viewers you get, the platform then pays you money. So it was demonetizing anyone it deemed as being conservative or far right. We know how much they love to use that.